Hi, we are Mike and Karen McDonald, and we live and work in Nizhny Novgorod, Russia, a city located about 350 miles east of Moscow at the confluence of the Volga and Oka rivers. Nizhny is an ancient city founded in the year 1220, and through the centuries it became an important point of commerce and trade, and thus it is a place of influence within Russia. Currently, Nizhny has about 25 evangelical churches with a Sunday attendance of under 5,000 believers in a population of 1.5 million people. Come with us on a quick tour as we show you the work that we're doing in Russia. Drive with us through the forest and across a narrow icy bridge to a small village where a drug rehab center is located. The drug problem in Russia is huge. It is estimated that Nizhny has 300,000 drug addicts. Inside this log cabin, you will find a group of men and women, drug addicts who have entered a Christian program. This program is the outreach of Cornerstone Church of Nizhny Novgorod, part of an indigenous church planting movement that we work alongside, and it is pastored by 30-year-old Dmitry Zaborsky. Every day the church receives up to 50 phone calls from people who are desperate for help, and every week new people enter the rehab program. At the center, recovering addicts that learn that Christ is the answer to their addictions, and Michael and I have the privilege of being a part of the team that disciples these young men and women. Last fall, land with 2 old village houses was purchased. This past spring, the church began to clear the land, tear down the older house, and construction was begun on a new one. With the project not even complete, it has become home to more than 24 recovering addicts. Another ministry involves outreach to the homeless. A house rented by the church provides shelter for those who desire to leave life on the streets. At this home, men and women relearn the simple things which allow them to re-enter society, while at the same time learning about a Savior who loves them as they are. The Cornerstone movement is overseen by Pastor Sergei Napomniachtchi, who planted the first church 14 years ago. Today, the Cornerstone movement has 42 churches throughout Russia, with over 60 drug rehab centers and homeless shelters. Most of the current pastors are young men under the age of 30 and are themselves former drug addicts and criminals. We are also involved in mentoring young Russian married couples. Russian families are often very dysfunctional, so we try to provide a healthy role model for these young men and women as they wrestle with what it means to have a Christian marriage. Karen teaches women's seminars and disciples young women one-on-one. Occasionally, we have opportunities to minister to university students through fellowship in our home and to younger students in schools. There are many disadvantaged children in Russia, so we have been involved in providing food and clothing to several orphanages with the help of both Russian and American believers. And one final thing that we are especially excited about is facilitating the publication of Foursquare's Foundations of Pentecostal Theology into the Russian language. The Russian people are deep thinkers, but at this time there is a great lack of good Christian reading material in the Russian language. We are currently working with Foursquare Media to facilitate the publication of several other books. Thank you for partnering with us in ministry.